Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The race to become the next GOP nominee runs right through South Carolina. Today, it's former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley in Aiken.
We started with 14 candidates in the race. We have now gotten rid of a dozen of the fellas. I just have one more fella to catch up to.
Just one more, but first tonight, before we get to that, 2 students are facing charges after a gunshot rang out at Laney High School this morning. Meanwhile, Board of Education police releasing some new details on that shooting. They say the ATF, Marshal's Office, GBI, and more were on that scene today, and now one student is speaking up.
We was in there doing our work, and then in the middle of the class, we just heard a loud bang.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says deputies found evidence of at least one gunshot fired inside a school restroom at Laney High School this morning.
The school went on soft lockdown for a couple of hours. Thankfully, no students or staffers were hurt, but new details from the Board of Education show police recovered a gun and a knife, and they're urging parents to secure any weapons in their homes. Craig Allison joining us live from the high school to tell us what exactly unfolded there today. Craig.
Within the span of 2 hours, things calmed down, but with the school shut down on scene here, parents were stressed out with the unknown, being unable to reach their kids and find out what was going on. It's a call no parent ever wants to receive, but with the situation being handled, the school board says things will return back to normal tomorrow.
My mom was like, she wished I never came to this school, but I just told her it's going to be okay.
Shenard Stringer was in second period when he heard a loud bang outside class. At first, he thought someone had just dropped something, but it seemed a little too loud to be just a textbook.
Nobody really took it that serious at first until we seen all the police officers pull up outside. And that's when we knew something was actually going down, so we just tried to stay safe and stay put up in the classroom so nothing go on with, like, you see what I'm saying? So we don't put ourselves in danger.
From there, it was all about learning what was actually happening. Both parents outside and students inside were separated by a wall of a dozen flashing lights. Cars clogging the road, and parents on their feet and phones waiting. After learning no one was hurt, the information eventually trickled out that 2 students had been apprehended, all from a shot toilet. A knife was discovered on one student, and the other, a gun. Eventually, calm returned as students and parents were reunited outside. While the investigation is still ongoing, Laney is expected to pick right back up tomorrow, where second period left off.
My top priorities are both, to be honest. I'm trying to stay safe and trying to get through this school year so I can graduate.
Even in the past few hours, people have come out in cuffs from Laney, but we're still working to figure out if this is related to the case and with the sheriff's office and the school board system. So we're going to continue to follow this as we learn more into this investigation.
Craig Allison reporting there from Laney. Craig, thank you. This is not the first weapon-related incident at the school. Back in March, they found a gun in a student's backpack during a campus search. Then in September of 2022, a shooting outside the Laney Stadium during a football game against Thompson.
Well, parents were trying to get their students home safely. We heard some mixed reviews on the communication from the school. Hallie Turner takes a look at what is supposed to happen when something like this happens on campus.
Today, when shots were fired in the bathroom of Laney High School, parents were in a panic as to what was going on. Some parents tell News 12 they received a call, others an email, and some nothing at all. So here's the timeline of how it all unfolded. At 9:57 Monday morning, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office says they responded to Laney High School. News 12 arrived on scene around 10:45, and parents we talked to were waiting around with no answers. By 11:30, Augusta University had already put out this release stating that AU has received a report that the sheriff's office responded to a gunshot. The school system sent out this email a parent showed News 12 at 11:22. Then, at 11:55, the sheriff's office confirms one gunshot was fired in the bathroom. One aunt tells News 12 fear was setting in.
A lot of the parents are in there kind of very nervous. Everybody is nervous because we've been out here for over an hour plus waiting to finally be able to go in and get our kids.
So we asked what the protocol for communication is. School board president Charlie Walker says first, the sheriff's office is supposed to respond to the scene, gather information to confirm, and handle the situation. The next step is for the school system to notify parents who have children at the location of the shooting. After notifying parents, then Walker says the rest of the school system will be notified.
Certainly a frustrating situation for all those parents. They don't want to be on the outside looking in when they believe their kids might be in danger.
Right, you just want communication quickly, as soon as possible, so a lot of frustration there at Laney today. New in the last hour, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office says a man is dead after falling into a wood chipper at Pollard Lumber. Giving you some new video of the scene that is now under investigation. Deputies say the 63-year-old man entered the industrial conveyor wood chipper. The Criminal Investigation Department is on scene, as well as the coroner. We have a reporter at Pollard Lumber, so we're going to continue to monitor this, and if anything new breaks, we'll cut right to it.
We have much more news ahead. Right now, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Riley Hale.
Well, it's been cloudy and cool over the last out the week in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. Also new from the newsroom in just the last half hour, an Augusta man faces multiple sex charges after arrest warrants say he had inappropriate contact with 2 underage girls and put it on Facebook Live. The suspect's name is James Mickens. Arrest warrants say it all happened Friday night at a hotel on Gordon Highway. Mickens faces rape, enticing a child for indecent purposes, and child molestation charges.
Politics now. Nikki Haley vowing to stay in the presidential race, and today turned her sights on supporters right here at home. The Republican was in Aiken today working on closing that gap with former President Trump. Taylor Martin joining us live from USC Aiken with those highlights.
Today was all about the future of immigration, education, and much more under a would-be Haley administration. Energy was very high today at the Etheridge Center when Nikki Haley walked into the room. From generation to generation, hundreds of voters showed up to support Nikki Haley.
Oh, thank you.
This is my first time voting. I was leaning towards Trump, but after coming here, hearing everything that she did have to say today, definitely did open my eyes a little bit more. She does stand a little bit, closer to what I believe in.
Some of Haley's main focuses were defeating Donald Trump.
I have no issues with him and him running. What I do have issues with is our country is in disarray and the world is on fire, and we need to start to get to work to fix her. That's the problem.
From term limits
I think we need to have mental competency tests for anyone over the age of 75.
to more strict immigration policies.
We need a national e-verify where every business has to prove that the people they hire are in this country legally.
Hoping to roll in the votes from her home state.
Working for the man.
I just think I'm ready for a change.
God bless you. Thank you, Aiken. Thank you very much.
Now today, Nikki Haley made a big push to voters who were in attendance to make sure they vote in the primaries so that we have a better idea of what November will look like.
Taylor Martin at USC Aiken for us tonight. Taylor, thank you for that. The deadline to apply for absentee voting in the South Carolina primary, the Republican one, is the 13th. Early voting starts the day before. Voting centers are open from 8:30 in the morning until 6 in the evening, right up until the 22nd. Primary election day coming up Saturday the 24th. To find out more, head to the website, wrdw.com.
New tonight, we now know the name of the man hit and killed on Peach Orchard Road yesterday. The Richmond County Coroner's Office identified that victim as 53-year-old Eric Jenkins. He was hit by a car while he was crossing Peach Orchard Road near Morning Drive. The victim's body was sent to Wellstar MCG, but he died later.
Well, after a couple cloudy days in a row, we are finally bringing back sunshine, but temperatures going to not warm up until we get later into the week. We'll have that full forecast just after the break.
Time to grab a needle to quilt for a great cause. You can stick around to learn how to get involved. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Time and day will be a complete washout, so there will be plenty of dry weather mixed in too. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. You can see nice weather over the next couple of days, just temperatures staying close to February norms, but then we do get back above average as we get towards the weekend.
All right, time to dig through those drawers to find some needle and thread because it is time to quilt for a cause.
Right, Will Vogt tells us about a new quilting ministry called Sowing Hope over at Warren Baptist Church in Augusta that aims to give back.
Just keep them busy.
These ladies aren't just keeping themselves busy. Their sewing machines and irons are staying busy too.
We just decided that we wanted to do something in order to serve others.
Nina Springer helped get this started last summer. She has a background in quilting, and she wanted to get her group together.
We get a lot done for the
few of us that are working.
Right now, they're trying to fill a request for 100 baby quilts. They donate their work to nonprofits like Project Linus and Cancer Support Services.
There are so many needs out there and so many people that need encouragement to receive these blankets or quilts.
This group spends hours together every week. She says it's worth volunteering their time.
We know that we are going to be giving someone a gift because no one has to pay for any of these. And giving gifts is always more fulfilling than just receiving something.
In Augusta, Will Volk on your side.
They do beautiful work, too. That group meets at Warren on Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock.
And they tell us anyone can join them.
Well, the Falcons introduce a familiar face as a new head coach. Dan breaks down Raheem Morris's first news conference for us. All ahead tonight in sports.
Plus, a life-changing procedure giving chronic lung disease patients another chance at life. We introduce you to Madison next in Miracle Monday.
All right, what do we got? Looks like 64 yards to the pin. About 64 mile per hour winds. Dude, there's no wind. Hand me my 64-degree wedge. What's it with you and 64? Are you 64.com? Do you know why we have so many?
Two great colors, starting at just $3.95. Combine, adjust, build your perfect room with the new reclining modular 2. Only at Rooms to Go.
Hey, Brad, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door. If you're 64.
A local family is counting their blessings when it comes to their little girl, Madison. She's now 5. She's living her life just like any other kid after spending a little under a year at the Children's Hospital of Georgia.
Zena Halliburton shares Madison's journey on this Miracle Monday.
Madison is almost 6 years old and loves to run around and be a kid. Sadly, it wasn't always fun and games. Madison and her twin brother were born at 24 weeks, weighing 1 pound and 3 ounces.
Their heads were as small as a halo cutie. Their skin was translucent. You couldn't touch them because they were so unstable.
Madison's brother passed away at 12 days old, something Nathaniel Quarles says cuts deep to this day.
The part that hurt me the most is losing my son. I mean, that's a connection that she would never have. And I mean, me, I'm actually a twin. And I mean, it take a lot. I mean, but my baby's still here. We still holding on.
Despite being very sick, Madison continued to fight. Her condition was so complex that she needed a higher level of care. She was rushed to the Children's Hospital of Georgia in an ambulance at 4 months old.
When we got here, we had that hard talk that Maddie was a lot sicker than we thought, and she was going to need full ventilation, trach, and things of that nature.
Madison has chronic lung disease. Her first surgery was at 6 weeks old to close a hole in her heart, followed by a tracheostomy at 6 months old, which is a procedure that helps air and oxygen reach the lungs by creating an opening into the windpipe.
We were shocked, terrified, but we knew she would need some extensive support. The trach is scary, but it was a life-saving alternative.
Madison had airway reconstruction surgery back in June where they removed the trach. She'd been on a ventilator her whole life up until last year where she's no longer confined.
But it's freedom. It's great. She is so happy. And, you could really just not think there was ever anything wrong with her.
Madison spent 225 days in the hospital, followed by countless hospital stays. Both Nathaniel and Stephanie say they're thankful for this hospital.
We owe everything to MCG. Because she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. My biggest thing that I want to do as a father is be able to walk my daughter down the aisle. I mean, I'm happy she's here, and that eventually we'll get there.
Reporting in Augusta, Zena Halliburton on your side.
What a change for her. That smile says a lot.
Yeah.
Madison still visits the Children's Hospital for therapy and for checkups. In fact, she has another airway exam in a couple of months, and we hope she goes well with that.
Absolutely. So excited. It's so great to see her run around, just being a kid. And if you would like to support kids just like Madison, you can search Miracle Monday to find out how on our website.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
With less than a month to go in the regular season, the USC Aiken men's basketball team is fighting their way up the Peach Belt Conference standings. They're currently in third place, and after going 3 rounds deep into the Division II NCAA tournament last year, 11 Pacers from that 24-win team are on this year's roster, giving head coach Mark Vanderslice's squad some much-needed depth, experience, chemistry, and most of all, consistency so they can continue to build on their success from a season ago.
There's 3 people, 3 that can never have a day off in your program. 3, never. Not one day off, not a bad outlier. You can never have a day off. That's your head coach. He can never have a day off. It's your point guard, and it's your best player. Those 3 people have to maintain consistency, or you're going to be an inconsistent program.
Consistency is the key if you want to achieve your goals, and the Pacers will be looking to pick up their second win in a row on the road on Wednesday night. Over in Atlanta this afternoon, the Falcons introduced their new head coach, Raheem Morris. Morris is a 2-time Super Bowl champion as an assistant coach and spent 6 years with the Dirty Birds in various different coaching roles. During his press conference, Morris discussed what he's learned from his past experiences, how excited he is to be back home in Atlanta, and how much he understands the importance of being the first African-American head coach without an interim tag in the history of the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. Big news for the Falcons there in Atlanta today. And we do have some cold temps heading our way later into the week, waking up early Wednesday, Thursday. Temps will be below freezing, but much warmer for the weekend. Now look at that 7-day just after the break.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the deadly weather on the West Coast, nearly 40 million under flash flood watch with possible life-threatening landslides. What you need to know about this dangerous storm system, that and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, here's a look at our major weather headlines over the next several days. For tomorrow, it is going to be a colder start. We'll wake up in the 30s, but we'll most likely have to wait until Wednesday and Thursday morning to get those morning wake-up temps below freezing. Afternoon highs staying close to 60. Tuesday all the way through Thursday, just a little bit warmer by Thursday afternoon, but generally sunny skies over the next couple of days. And you can see that the skies are improving. This is a live look from our Beach Island camera. So that cloud cover is pushing off towards the south and east, and we should be staying generally clear for tonight. Temperatures right now 52. These will be falling into the 40s over the next several hours. You can see that rain threat is dipping south of us as well. So luckily improving weather once we continue later into tonight. Just expecting the skies to clear north to south and waking up tomorrow morning in the 30s, but afternoon highs staying below 60 degrees, a good steady north wind, and it will stay a little bit breezy out there tomorrow. Heading into Wednesday, not much difference. Sunny skies, temps staying in the 50s for high temps, and then the only difference Thursday is that we do start to see a few more clouds roll in, but no rain in our forecast until we get to the weekend. Right now, we are expecting a chance for just a few showers Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't look like a washout, but enjoy the sunshine the next few days.
Will do, Riley. Thanks. We're live at the top of the hour over on 26 News.
Then we're back with more News 12 tonight at 11. We'll see you then. At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
They are some of the hottest videos on